When I first developed CFS, my body constantly felt like it was stuck on high alert. Even when I was lying in bed, I never truly fully relaxed. Over the years, I've tried many different techniques to help calm my nervous system down. Some worked better than others, but there was one simple practice that became part of my everyday routine, and while it isn't a cure, it's one of the ways I gently remind myself that it's still safe. Hi everyone, I'm Kassem and welcome back to my healing journey with CFS. I'm a structural engineer and for more than 10 years I suffered with chronic fatigue syndrome, otherwise known as CFS, before I finally found the tools for recovery. In this series I share my story and the things that have genuinely helped me throughout my learning journey and recovery. And today I'm sharing one habit I haven't skipped for a long time. It's called box breathing. Over the years, I experimented with different breathing techniques, but some actually made me feel some lightheadedness or being overstimulated. Box breathing felt gentle, structured, and grounding, which worked better for me and my body. It only takes a few minutes, it's completely free, and although it isn't a cure for CFS, it's become one of the small habits that help me feel more grounded throughout the day. I never really appreciated how important breathing was until I became ill. Before CFS, breathing was just automatic. I never thought about it or felt conscious about my breathing. But after developing chronic fatigue syndrome, I started noticing that my breathing often became shallow, especially during periods of stress. When we're anxious or under pressure, our breathing naturally becomes faster and shallower. This is our body's sympathetic or fight or flight response. The problem is that our nervous system stays in that state for long periods of time. Our body may struggle to fully switch into the more restful mode this way. One thing that has helped me is intentionally slowing my breathing down has helped me immensely. When we breathe slowly and calmly, we're sending signals to our body that we're safe. It's simply one way I try to create a little more calm within my nervous system. As I mentioned before, this isn't a cure for CFS, and everyone responds differently, but for me, it has become one simple tool that helps me slow my body down and reconnect with my body again. What I like about box breathing is that there isn't too much to think about. You're simply following 4 equal steps. That rhythm made it much easier for me to stay relaxed instead of wondering if I was breathing correctly. It's gentle, it's predictable, and it's something I can do almost anywhere. If there's one thing I've learned during my recovery journey, it's that healing hasn't come from one big breakthrough. It's come from lots of small habits repeated consistently. Box breathing is one of those habits. For me, it's simple, it costs nothing, it only takes a few minutes, and it helps me pause and reconnect with my body and create a moment of calm in my day. Now, everyone's experience with CFS is different, so what works for me may not work exactly the same for someone else. If you try breathing exercises, keep them gentle, don't force your breath, and stop if you feel dizzy or uncomfortable. After practicing this breathing routine for quite some time, I started doing this exercise on a daily basis every night before I go to sleep. It helps calm my nervous system down and slows down any racing thoughts, preparing myself for some nice and restful sleep. For my guided tutorial on how to do box breathing, you can check out my video right over here. My name is Kassem. Thanks so much for watching.